Bishop, please comment. It is okay to be homosexual, but don't indulge or do homosexual acts. Thanks po. God bless us all. Okay. To the sender of that question, thank you very much. No? That question actually is treated in moral theology this way. You make a distinction between homosexual orientation, meaning that the sexual preference or the attraction of someone is towards the persons of the same sex. No? So that's homosexual orientation. Parang ang kanyang mga attractions ay sa kaparehong lalaki or kaparehong babae. That's the orientation. Now, moral theology distinguishes the orientation from, as you said in the question, homosexual actions. Yung homosexual actions, that is what we also call the genitality, engaging in sexual activity with persons of the same sex. Okay? Now, the moral theological tradition of the church is to say this: the sexual orientation of anyone, whether homosexual or heterosexual, is not immoral per se. No? You do not say, because you have this orientation, you are immoral by having that orientation. Many persons actually do not like the orientations that they're in, like homosexual orientation. But parang because of forces in their youth, some factors that contributed to their training or growing up years, yun na na-develop, okay, that orientation. And many do not like it, okay. Now that in itself is not immoral. Now, what becomes immoral is when I engage in actions that are improper, no? Improper because you are not within marriage. No? Ganito yan eh, kasi sa simbahan, sexual activity, especially sexual intercourse, should happen in a situation of commitment called marriage. And for Catholics, within the sacrament of marriage. Now, homosexual activity is definitely outside of marriage. Or how can you get married to another guy if you're a man, and how can a woman get married to another woman? So if they engage in the genital sexual activity that's outside of marriage, then that is immoral. So kahit nga heterosexual, kung outside of marriage, we consider it also improper and immoral. So ganun na lang iisipin mo, no? Kasi homosexual acts outside of marriage yan. And so that cannot be allowed. But you have to make a distinction between the orientation and the action.